just generally the sort of the secondary slash recurring characters. We don't have to just talk about these three. You can talk about whoever you want, but these are
Let's
sort
go.
of the main three.
Let's go lightning round.
I put Lou Welsh in there because I like it. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Who is he?
Yeah,
I'll pick. Morden is one of my favorite characters. Of course, I know what goes on with the character more, but just from this season, I like the way that he shows up. I like the setup. I like that he comes back, and the things that he's doing are impactful. I think the actor does a great job playing this character as well. So
I have to agree with that. I think he, you don't know whether he is one of the Shadow or just a part to it or what the deal is. Quite, maybe he's working his way up towards getting his full demon certification. Who knows?
I assume that he's an agent that the Shadows, because they look like these sort of like alien praying mantis things that you can't even see right in the final episode.
Right, with a very kind of robotic thing.
Yeah, I assume he's a human agent that they've hired, or he believes in their ideology,
their ideology
they're doing, and they're using him to deal with the humans. So,
yeah, and I mean, hopefully, we'll learn more about him. Obviously, Cam has the
I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. Like he's already been.
But actor-wise, he plays the role really well, and as we've seen, Kosh saw right through him and knew what he. I don't know if maybe he's a possessed human, or whatever,
Yeah, he could be.
We don't know what the Shadow is capable of at this point. We just know that they exist. So, Jason.
Yeah, Jason, you want
to? Morden. He's kind of interesting. He's more, to me, he's more of one of those functional characters like I was talking about before. He's there to move the plot from point A to point B. I don't get a whole lot of investment or resonance with him. He's just there for me. He's like he's the drug cartel lieutenant that goes and delivers the message for the boss. And he might be more important than than season 1 lets on. But he's not a standout character for me. He's just there. He has speaking lines. He's got lines of dialogue for the episode in order to just give us some exposition and you'll move forward. But he's just there to get us from point A to point B. Right now, so far.
Yeah, he's not a character, a featured character.
Right.
He is that function.
Yeah, which that makes him not very interesting for me. And that could change as we go through the seasons and whatnot. But right now, if I never saw Morden again, the rest of the series, I wouldn't lose any sleep. So.
Well, at this point, we don't know if.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. As we go through the other seasons, he could take a prominent role in that. But right now, he's not interesting.
If you're interested in Londo, he's clearly having a major influence on him, right?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's that, but again, he's serving a function because whatever ends up happening with Londo, it's more about Londo than it is about Morden. Morden is there. Morden exists to affect other characters.
Yeah.
He's not driving anything of his own narrative. He's just there. He's there to push whatever plot happens that way or this way. So
I like what Outpost Nerd says. At this point, B5 hasn't gotten its Riker's beard yet. which of course, yeah, it's absolutely true. That's the opposite of jumping the shark. That's when the show gets its legs.
Yeah.
And we're close. We're about. I think I get the feeling, especially with the last few episodes, probably the last 4 episodes, that we have we are pushing into that territory.
Yeah.
You
All right.
know, we're
Weatherman's gotta take off lay down. So feel better soon, sir.
yeah. Have a good
Thanks for the
evening.
membership. I mean, if you wanna sit and listen to the rest of it, but yeah, I certainly understand
Or,
you
we're
take
or
going
catch it
pretty-
on replay.
We've been pretty. We're 240. So yeah. Bester.
Great character.
Yeah.
Great character, and not just because of who his history. He does a great job with that character. I think Walter Koenig made that character what it was.
He did.
And I think we've even talked about that he very much influenced things.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of input into it, and he's a very strong contrast to Chekhov. You know, Chekhov's got his boyish charm. Everything's invented in Russia, and that all of that. And Bester's a more three-dimensional, rounded out character. He's got history. He's got a background. As soon as he walks on the set, you have, I hate the word gravitas, but he's already got it. And part of that is because it's Walter Koenig, and he's Chekhov, and he's got the Star Trek, street cred.
He's also got the acting chops, for years.
He's got the acting chops. But see, the thing about it is, with Chekhov kind of stereotyping him and putting him in a box, you don't have a whole lot of other opportunities to see Walter Koenig act.
Right.
What else have we seen him in? Right? Him and Jimmy Doohan and Nichelle Nichols, all of the supporting cast for the original Star Trek, they got
Star Trek.
They
1,
got typecast.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I know, but he's still playing Chekhov. But
Yeah.
all of those actors got typecast to the point where they didn't get work. And Chekhov didn't even make it into the animated series because they didn't have a budget. So I mean, he wrote a script, so he still was able to contribute, but he wasn't in the show. And you don't have any kind of a sense of his skill set as an actor until he gets here. And then you go, oh,
Wow, he can.
he's
act.
got layers, he's got depths, he's an onion. I want to see more.
He's a good bad guy.
Yeah,
he's a
is. He's
great
a
bad
very
guy.
good, very good villain.
Yeah, and you're torn because you love him as an actor, and you're like, man, I hate that character.
Yeah.
Because he's such the bad guy, and he's, like you said, there's layers of deviousness, and he's got lots of different things going on, and
Yeah.
connections and whatnot.
I wonder if Section 31 Sloan is inspired by Bester.
That's interesting.
Because they're both
Could be.
kind of, cards close to the vest. I'm going to tell you what you need to know, and some of that is going to be for the purpose of manipulating you into something that I want you to do. That kind of thing. They seem to be cut from the same cloth.
Now you have to wonder if Morden and Bester are maybe unknowingly, at least from Bester's perspective, on the same side. Or if they're different. They're different. Obviously, Bester's going to push the Psychor way. He thinks I'm sure he's got that superiority complex that the people with psionic abilities are superior to regular humans. I'm sure that's a thing.
Oh, it's got to be.
He exudes that. I don't think I've heard him say that so far.
He doesn't have to.
But he exudes it. I mean, it's just kind of like you can see it. He looks down at regular humans as lesser.
Yeah.
Somehow, and he does it. He knocks it out of the park with that.
Yeah.
So best bad guy clearly.